Newhart dump. R.I.P. comedy legend Bob Newhart. And if you want to be mean, we'll just skip right past this.
I don't have anything mean to say about Bob Newhart. He's one of the few I got nothing mean to say about. I mean, all-time great television moment is at the end of his second sitcom.
Yes.
He wakes up in a dream in the first one. I forget both. One of them was called Newhart. I forget what the first show was
I
called.
think both of them actually had Newhart in the title.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was that popular that he was able to sell 2 long-running shows just with his name.
Yeah, we obviously like missed the Newhart craze
Yeah.
if there was one, but all-time great television actor, 2 wildly successful sitcoms, and again, having the balls like that, like today, you could see someone doing that very easily, like tongue in cheek. Having the balls to do that at the end of his second sitcom is fucking amazing.
And like not only that, he was a great stand-up. And it's really crazy how close him and Don Rickles were. So it was Newhart and his wife, and then Rickles and his wife, and all 4 of them were all best friends.
I don't mind that.
No, but it's like you know how Steve Martin and Martin Short are always together?
Yeah.
Like this is what I would imagine, like if they had podcasts in the 70s or in the 60s, those 2 would have had it. Would have been like a perfect pairing of like one of them's a little bit nicer, one of them's a real asshole.
Well, speaking of the 60s and 70s, do you think there was a little swapping going on there?
I thought about that.
I bet there was.
I thought about that. But he also just passed away, so
Yeah,
I didn't
rip
want to
in
think too
peace.
much about it. Also, the fact that Conan O'Brien likes him so much, that also speaks volume about like how funny he was.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what? Conan is a really great litmus test
Yes.
for funny or not funny, both
Mhm.
of who he likes and like when people don't like Conan, I don't like them.
News down. I did my best. I thought that I was able to get my way around all the spoilers leading up to our screening of Deadpool and Wolverine next week, but I didn't put the right words into X to mute, into X23 to mute.
Oh, heyo.
And
Spoiler
here we
alert.
are. Well, if you're watching this episode, if you're looking at the title of this podcast, it says the final Deadpool and Wolverine trailer.
Yeah.
So, yes, we are talking about that. If you don't want any spoilers for what's coming up next week, we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we got again a bunch of clips, a little more heavy on the cameos in this one. We got a great look at Tyler Maine's Sabretooth.
Mhm.
It seems like this story is going to be more Wolverine
Yeah.
centric than maybe we had originally thought. But yeah, we get Lady Deadpool, presumably Blake Lively. We also get Daphne Keane back as X-23, and I know Logan was only what 9 years ago. Was it 2015?
2017.
2017? Like she looks like she aged 15 years. I felt like she was like 6 in that movie.
I think she was like 7 or 8, wasn't she?
I don't know, but she looks like an adult now, so here we
Either
are.
way, that was the one character that I was hoping would come back. And I'm a little disappointed, obviously, that I know it's going to happen, but I'm also very excited to see those 2 back on the screen together. Daphne Keene's X-23, and even that one line that she gives in the trailer is quite good.
I think I'm gonna rewatch Logan tonight. That's how like jazzed up I am.
I actually rewatched it the other night.
Oh, I love that.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's good.
Did you rewatch the noir version?
No, because so what happened is I started it on FX
Mhm.
just because like it was like a cable movie. You flip
Yeah.
past, you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
Logan's
yeah.
on. And then as soon as it went to the first commercial break, I'm like, I'm gonna pop this on fucking Disney Plus.
Yeah, I have the Steelbook,
Same.
so that comes with the black and white one. I don't know if you can rent the black and white version.
I
That's
don't think you
interesting.
can. I actually, if you do have access to the black and white version, watch the black and white version of Logan. I am curious how much of a role she has in this, or is it just like one scene she pops up, gives him a pep talk, and then you move on? But
I wouldn't be surprised if there's 1 or 2 characters, and she might be one of them, that is along for a big part of this journey, like a whole act, the whole second act, something like that.
Also, one of the issues that people had with Logan was that how was that nurse able to put together a full video on her phone?
Yeah.
Well, it's the distant future, and I'll say that right now in the year 2024, is that what we're in right now?
That's the year of our Lord, yep.
You could edit that on your phone.
You can in 2024,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
And that movie is set after this. That movie's set in like 2030.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a
So
strong point.
looks like the issue that everybody had, throw it away.
That was
40 hot
but
dogs.
and by everybody, it was like you and a couple
I
people
didn't
on
have it.
YouTube.
You had it.
I don't know. I think that was you.
I wouldn't recommend listening to that episode because we're not very good. But I'm going to say that you said that.
It's possible.
It's
It's possible.
possible. But either way, you
I
can
don't
throw it away now.
7 years ago, me, completely different person. You can't judge me based on what I said 7 years ago.
Also with Lady Deadpool, can I Goostradamus right now?
Okay.
It might be Taylor Swift.
No. I think it's definitely Blake Lively.
I think it's definitely voluptuous enough to be Blake Lively.
Yeah, that's why it's not Taylor Swift.
Right, but what if that was a deep fake?
If Taylor Swift is in this movie, she's gonna be Dazzler.
What if that's the deep fake? Am I using that wrong?
I think so. I think you are.
So we're sorry if we spoiled anything, but God damn it, X. I put in so many words on Monday to not show up, and I forgot to put in the words X23.
I told you the other day, I have seen so many things in regards to this movie on Reddit that I'm not gonna be surprised by anything. That said, the quote unquote surprises they give us, I will be pleased with. I'm still going to be happy about it. But I've read way too much about this movie on Reddit to be genuinely surprised by anything.
And then, of course, because it's a dog eat dog world, and we're all wearing milk bone underwear on the internet. Every single pop culture social media had that out there immediately.
I'll tell you right now, that cover with the two presidents on it, it's exactly how I look if I get up at like 3 a.m. to take a piss.
Okay. News dump. Got an X-Men tease. Kevin Feige has teased what to expect from the MCU's X-Men roster, saying you'll probably see a mix of characters you've seen before and some you haven't.
Yeah, I think it would be wise to stray a little off the path here that we're used to, because we will have so much high expectations for the big characters we know and love. That's not to say don't give us them, but I think it would be wise for them to choose characters that are lesser known, much the way Guardians of the Galaxy did, so that we don't have this like palette that we want. You know, it's lesser expectations. You can fill it's a blanker canvas, I guess is what I'm saying. So I totally vibe with what Feige's saying here.
What if they did like Professor X, Wolverine, Storm, Jean Grey, Cyclops, like those guys?
Like these guys.
Oh yeah, all the guys on your shirt.
Yeah.
News dump. Reports are saying that the Russo brothers are in talks to possibly direct the next Avengers movies.
Yeah, Feige was asked about this too, and he's being coy about it because there's rumors about directors every other week. So he said it was somebody else a couple weeks ago, and I look forward to seeing who it's going to be next week. I would be perfectly happy with the Russos coming back aboard. However, I think a big reason why they were so successful in their prior venture in the MCU is they were able to lay some groundwork in other movies that led into those two massive movies. So I would like them, if they are going to come back for these two, let them get their hands in something before that.
What I like about them though too is that they allow other creators that have worked with other characters to then jump in and help with those characters. So if they don't have that lead in with a bunch of these characters, then, you know, like I don't want Sam Raimi to direct this movie, but
I don't
if
want
they're
Sam
like,
Raimi to direct any movies.
But if they say, "Hey, Sam, can you help us out with this one thing?" Sure. Or, "Hey,
no, lose Sam Raimi's number.
I'm giving you an example."
It's a bad example.
So you directed Shang-Chi. Can you help me out here?
I saw on Twitter some fucking jamoke saying that Raimi may be back to direct the next Doctor Strange movie. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything. I don't know anyone involved in that movie. I don't know anything about that movie. I can guarantee you Sam Raimi will not be directing that movie.
They just have such a good track record with this stuff. I do want them to do this. And they know how to do the giant scale superhero blockbuster movie.
Yep.
They had 60 Avengers in their last time. There'll be more in there this time.
Yeah, I'm on board for sure.
On board. News dump. Speaking of spooky stuff, you just brought up Sam Raimi and Doctor Strange. How about this for spooky stuff?
Ooh.
Got another trailer for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. This one has more Massachusetts and more Massa juice. It's
I'm feeling some type of way about this movie. I am like not at all looking forward to this. I don't know why.
you told me last time that you were
I
looking forward to
know. The
this.
more I see of it, the more I'm like, ugh, I
Is
don't
this
know.
blasphemous me to say? And this is coming from a Keaton lover.
Hmm.
Should they have recasted Beetlejuice?
No, no, that's not my issue with it. I I was intrigued by it because we get so little juice in the first movie, and I'm like, oh, more juice will be better. But now I'm just like, I don't know if I really have an appetite for what they're going to give me. I
I'm
bet I'm going to
telling you
watch it
right
and
now,
enjoy it, but at the moment, I am not looking forward to it.
I think that Keaton, like his voice, he's not giving off that same life that he had in the last movie, like the same oomph that he had in the last movie. Like, I feel if you got a Bill Hader in there, he would have done a better job.
We're not casting Beetlejuice here. Come on.
And look, like I said, I'm the biggest Keaton lover there is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
And I feel disgusting saying that.
Yeah, I have no. I just again, I'm sure come September 6th, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was great. But
I bet
for the
you
next 6 weeks, I'm not looking forward
I
to it.
bet you Hader does a dynamite Beetlejuice. You know who actually does, and he just did it on his podcast, is Andy Samberg.
A a good bad one or a good
No,
good
like
one?
an actual good one. What they did is, so he submitted a cold open sketch, and he actually wrote a political sketch. And Seth Meyers is like, "Why would you write a political sketch? You're Andy Samberg." And then what it was is one House representative couldn't make it, so Beetlejuice stands in for him.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then he just keeps asking everyone what their policy is on sandworms. So good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
News up. Speaking of sandworms,
Oh, what a transition.
we got a trailer for Dune Prophecy. You like witches and sex?
Dude, there's something off about the quality in this show. It looks like poor man's Dune almost. Like it looks like CW
I was gonna
Dune.
say poon. That's not the right word.
Oh, hey, if it look, that's a, that's a whole different genre you can get into there. Um, I don't think this looks very good. I'm gonna watch it. I don't think the quality looks strong. I think this looks subpar for an HBO show and for what we just saw from Denis Villeneuve.
The witch stuff is the stuff that I like the least in Dune.
I think I agree with you. Yeah, I think I agree with you. So
So
we'll
that
see.
does not help this. But I'm
Mm.
gonna watch it because I want to know what's happening in Dune.
Well, it's set 1,000 years before the current storyline, so I don't think it's really going to attach itself to that.
What if it does though?
It might.
Dune dump. Got our final trailer for Alien Romulus. I watched about 30 seconds and said, all right, spooky water.
Yeah, I think this movie's going to be good, like legit good, and I think as much of an appetite that I don't have for Beetlejuice, I think I have an appetite for a new Alien movie. So we'll see.
News down. We were shown Kevin Conroy's final scene as Batman, his final performance as the voice of Batman in a scene in Crisis on Infinite Earths 3. And his final line is, "And if it has to end, at least I go out like this, being Batman."
I'm probably not going to watch this. I got probably I don't know 130 other animated Batman movies I got to get to before this one. So
Well, I watched the one clip. The clip was cool.
mm.
I might watch it because I think in part 2, Will Friedle is back as Terry McGinnis,
Oh,
and that intrigues me.
that does intrigue me as well.
Yeah, but either way, I'm sure that we'll get 10 more final performances from Kevin Conroy. We've already gotten like 5, so news
And
jump.
you got AI now.
I mean, that's the perfect line. That's the line to end it on. Like, if he
Yeah,
has any more,
that is
just kind
true.
of put those in your pocket and just
Very
say,
fitting.
maybe we don't show this.
Yep, I agree with that.
Also, I think it was Mark Hamill's Joker that he was talking to, which is cool.
Mm.
The Boys, of course, just wrapped up season 4. We'll talk about that at the beginning of next week. But Season 5 will be its final season. It's currently being written. It will be 8 episodes. Filming starts around November and will go until mid 2025 and is expected to be released in 2026.
Based on the events of season 4, I think there's gonna be a lot of action in season 5. I think we got
Hopefully.
a lot of the building out of the way, and now we're at the
Mhm.
top, and I think there's gonna be a lot of kicky, punchy, hopefully, like you said. Yeah, we probably won't get that for, like, 2 years, though, which is very, very disappointing.
Yeah, this is more of like a news blurb. We don't want to give any spoilers for season 4. Listen to us at the beginning of next week for that, but just keep your eye out for The Boys season 5. News dump. Speaking of The Boys, one of their characters, Huey, played by Jack Quaid, actually auditioned to play a real Soup, and not just any Soup, Superman. He auditioned to play Superman in James Gunn's Superman, and he said that it didn't get very far at all.
He would have had to have done some serious bulking up, although
Steroids.
I think
Steroids.
yeah, I think Corn Sweat is actually kind of similar build before he got the role, so maybe
I think
it's
he was more
doable.
ripped up, though. Like, he was already
Okay.
cut. He just had to add the bulk.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I would have liked him as Superman. I think I'm perfectly fine with the direction they went, but
Jack Quaid
I
has voiced Clark Kent in some animated projects.
you know what? I haven't seen Jack Quaid in many things outside of The Boys.
Scream.
I am ready for him to do lots of other stuff because I think he is probably, let me think here for a split second. He probably, like, other than Anthony Starr, is, like, easily doing the best acting on the show.
I love Carl Urban.
Yeah, but he's, like, doing this, he's just having fun, like, he's not, well, this season he's done more, but I think Jack Quaid is the unsung hero of that show.
Homelander killed me Becca and
Oi!
stole me wife's son.
I like I like how he came in towards the end of, the finale, he was just like, "Oi!"
Oi!
Yes, he comes around.
Yeah, fancy yourself a chin wag.
Homelander.
Let's just start picking up all of his things and we'll just start talking like him.
Oi!
Have we ever sells a chin wag? That means a
Remember
cock.
you remember I don't remember the poker player's name, but there's a poker player in the 2000s, and they used to go, "Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy, oi, oi, oi."
No idea.
You don't remember that?
Was it the guy with the glasses?
No, that was Greg Raymer, that was the
Uh,
dinosaur glasses.
that's a good point.
Mm.
News dump. I also like Jack Quaid spoke about being a Nepo baby recently, and he's like, "Yep, my parents got me in the door." Like,
Love that.
yeah, he's like,
Love
"Yeah,
that. Just
like
don't
what?
even pretend.
Yeah,
That's the way to go
what
about it.
is there to pretend about?"
Yeah, I know. Well, a lot of them do. A
He's like,
lot of them
yeah,
do.
he's like, they gave me a great opportunity.
I saw, Noah Khan at
Nice.
Fenway, tremendous time. He brought out Gracie Abrams, who is the daughter of J.J. Abrams. She's a very big nepo baby, and
Uh,
she's got, like, a decent little voice, but she's, like, it's, like, so run of the mill, like, indie pop music. She's
mhm.
fine, but total nepo baby.
Well, coming up this week, Mac, we've got Twisters doing it for themselves right now, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes with its audience. I have seen the movie, and I'll tell you right now, it is a crowd pleaser.
Is it number 2 on the year for you?
I have it in. So, Dune Part 2 is just off by itself.
Yep.
I would put this with The Fall Guy,
Okay.
Furiosa, and Apes. Like,
In the
I think that
conversation
those,
for next best?
but I would say this. I would recommend this to a regular person over the other three.
Okay. But, lowest common denominator of
This
the
is an
3.
everyman movie.
Yeah, got you on that. I am looking forward to seeing it. I've had a couple brain farts this week. I'm bummed I missed the screening the other day, but I'll get to it at some point.
Well, also next week we'll be getting to Deadpool and Wolverine. Very excited about that. Hopefully, someone spoils the end of the movie before that movie comes out. Maybe Disney will just leak the last 30 minutes. Who knows? They'll call it their final trailer.
Yeah. That's I'm cautiously optimistic because if this does soft launch the next direction of the MCU, I'm gonna be hard as a fucking rock Monday night.
And then we'll do The Boys on Monday. We're going to do Deadpool and Wolverine at the end of the week. And then we'll do The Acolyte soon.
Yeah. Have you started to catch up at all?
No,
Okay.
no, I
All
have
right.
not.
Hmm.
And
All
you
right.
can't make me until I have to. And then I'll
Alright.
just do it myself. Also, some other news from Mac and Goo. We have our next trivia coming up. By the way, everyone who came out for our Parks and Recreation trivia at Idle Hands Craft Ales, 89 Commercial Street, Malden, Massachusetts, this past week, thank you for doing so. Big win for Ethel's Beavers.
Mm.
Our next one will be on August 14th, and we're going back to the Seinfeld well.
Yeah, it's about time. We haven't done it in a couple years, I
Yeah.
think. I'm looking forward to it. These shows that have such great, like, side characters
Mhm.
and running themes are so fun to ask trivia questions about.
Oh, let me ask the people out there and tweet at us right now. This is the best question I've ever written for trivia. This is the first question I wrote for this last trivia.
Yeah.
In season 2, Andy Sandberg shows up as Park Ranger
Carl.
Carl, and he loudly tells us that he has what size shoe?
Just as a spoiler alert, no one got this question
No one
correct
got it
at
right.
trivia, so
So on Parks and Recreation, what size shoe does Park Ranger Carl have?
I went back and watched the clip after you, when I got home the other night after you asked that question. He looks so young
Yeah.
in that show, and, like, so what year did Brooklyn Nine-Nine start? 2014?
No, like 2013, 2012?
So, only a couple years probably after that clip, and he looks so much older in Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Yeah,
than he
and it's
does in
with the
that clip.
people from Parks and Rec. They went
Yes.
over it,
Yeah.
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 So, all right, so that'll do it for this news dump. Check us out for the boys at the beginning of the week. News.
Sugar-ba-ba.